Hello, and this is Gemma from the Crafty Little Gem. Thank you for joining me today. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. I'm more of a hobby demo. Should we put it that way? I'm a bit more of a hobby demo. But we're going to be making it a tent bag today. So I have prepped up quite a few bits. And then I put them to one side. Then I leave them for a while. And then I come back and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I've wrote down all of the instructions. I'll bring them in there. Wrote down all of the instructions because I don't know what I'm doing. However, we're going to give this one a go. So on the instructions, it says you will need a piece of 12 by 6. I think we'll just check that because, again, this has been cut and stood there for a while. I have just come back from the Poodles Tree team retreat and it is 12 by 6. How good's that? And it was amazing. So I am just catching up with my tail a bit. The ones before were pre-done before the 6 weeks holidays. So I knew I was covered for everything that I needed to. And everything. But I'd like to say thank you to all of the ladies that went to the Poodles retreat. I was a first timer and I was nervous and they were absolutely amazing. Every single one of them made me feel so welcome and so at home. Made sure I was all right. It was, I can't wait for the next one. I really can't wait for the next one. God knows what I've been making for the team spots for that, but that's another matter. So we've got 12 by 6. On the 12 each side, we are scoring at 4 3/4. So it says, and 7 1/4. That's the bag bit. We've got 2 side pieces, both the same. They should be 3 1/2 by 5 1/4, and they are. So on the 3 1/2 side, I'm not sure that's right. Yeah, on the 3 1/2 side, we are doing 1/2 inch either side. It's all right. So 1/2 inch and 3 1/2. I'm going to do that on both. I wrote it down a bit wrong here. And then on the 5 1/4 side, it's just 1/2 inch on the bottom. And then back to the 3 1/2, and we are notching at 1 3/4. So your 1/2 inch lines at the bottom, and we just put a notch in. Oh, at 1 3/4 there. So we'll take that out and grab a ruler. And we are going from this little notch that we've just done down to that corner there. From that one down to that corner there. So you're not going in these corners. You're just taking it to where your score lines cross. So that one down there, that one down there. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to fold and burnish all of my score lines. So that's the main part done. These are the 2 sides. Don't do the diagonal ones yet, because you'll find it very difficult with not having cut the corners away at the bottom. So now we're just going to wedge in and wedge in. Pull that away. Pull that away. I'm leaving these top bits straight. You can wedge them if you want to, but it helps me line everything up. So that's that scoring. And then we're actually going to fold towards ourselves, because that's how that is going to be. Okay, so that bit's going in. So again, we're grabbing this bit, we're folding that upwards, and we're folding that one upwards. We can burnish if we like. Like so, and we can actually start building our bag. So these little tabs are going to be within this middle section here. So if you paused my measurement, you will see that I put on the 3.5 inch side just one score line at 1/2 inch, and on the 5.25 1/2 inch, but both sides. Well, that needs swapping around. You do your 1/2 inch and 3 on the 3.5, and you just do one score line on the 5.25, just to confuse you. So just a little bit of liquid glue along these two front sides here, and we are going to bring them up, and when I say it helps me line everything up, I pull it so I know it's tight to the top. You can lay it down and then push it down again. Make sure this bit at the top here is lined up first. You can pinch it so you know that line is fine. And then we're just going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we're going to fold them two bits here, which are your 1/2 inch tabs on the other side. And you're just going to pull that up. I can see that's a bit, this bit here was a bit high, so I just pull it up because it needs to be tighter then. And this side, again, can you see that? It's just overhanging slightly. So I know that that bottom bit needs to be a bit tighter. Press down both sides. Okay. And that's your tent bag for the inside. You will need a piece of DSP. Now I love this Halloween paper. And this needs to be, again, 6 inches by 12. Okay. I've then got two bottom pieces and they measure 2.5 by 6. This will sit flat on the bottom. And one will go on the inside and one will go on the outside. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bring your scorer back in. And just so we get it even, we're going to score very lightly at 6. So we're going to have that as our marker of where the top of the bag is. And I'm not going to crease that with my bone folder, but I'm just going to lay that on top so the box underneath is closed like a tent. Bring it down, and then I can just wrap and lightly burnish that side and wrap and lightly just burnish that side. So they will just have a slight gap in the bottom, but you want it to be loose so you can actually slide it on and off. So again, I'm just going to fold and crease. One will go on the bottom here and one will go on the inside. So if we do the inside one first, so I'm doing liquid adhesive just on this bit, not even right up close to that score line, a little bit away, because I don't want to end up gluing things down. You can then fold it over that side. You can then bring this side up to it and glue that one down. Bring that one in, bring it up to that score line that you've done there. And then we can just adhere that bit to the bottom to cover that bit up. I am going to put it on the base of that card. And just bring that to where it needs to be. Pop it flat. And pop my hand inside. And then we're going to get our bag. And because this is the first time you've done it, it might be a bit tight. Get it on the side. And the top first, that's it. So there we are, that is our little Halloween tent bag. And the more that you pull it in and out, the easier it will actually become. So I thought that was really good for a few little gifts for kids at Halloween. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.